Video number 33. In this video we are going to learn how to download and install the popular Monlam dictionary. So assuming that you guys have watched the previous video which explains how to download and install the popular Monlam font, and once you have that font installed, then when you go to any Tibetan language based websites like this one, then you should be, all the letters would display as it should, so you shouldn't have any problem. However, if you haven't downloaded the Monlam font yet on your machine, then if you try to go to this site or any other websites that's totally based on Tibetan language, you may not be able to read what's on the screen. So probably these might be all like squares or rectangles or like unknown characters basically. So make sure you watch the previous video, which is video number 32, and then just follow the instruction on that video. And once you have that completed, then go to this page, go to the same website, www.monlamit.org, and then once you're here, and it's right on the home page, it says Monlam Tsikzu Thurim Jik Tsek Jik, meaning Monlam dictionary version 1.1. And then over here it says Remit Publin, meaning free download. So you would click here, and once you click here, then it'll take you to this page, and then this link is for PC based or Windows based machine, and then this is for the Apple based or the Mac based machine. So this installer could be used for Windows XP, Windows Vista, Windows 7, and Windows 8. And then this one could be used for Mac OS 10.5 and higher. So we're going to download this file right here. So we're going to click this link right here, and then you get this option where you want to save it. By default, it'll go to downloads folder on Google if you're running Google Chrome, or you can change it like I did. I'll just click desktop and then click save. So this is about 103 meg, so depending on your internet speed connection it could take from a couple of seconds to a couple of minutes to maybe even an hour. So it really depends on the internet connection speed you have. So I have already downloaded the file here. It's about 103 meg, so that so that we don't have to watch the file being downloaded, because it could take maybe a good 2-3 minutes. So that's why I already have this file downloaded on the desktop. So once you get this, click save, and once you click save, then after a couple of minutes or a couple of seconds, it'll be downloaded and it'll look like this right here. Okay, so then it would look like this file right here, Monlam dictionary, and then you see the zipper right here. So this is a compressed file, a zipped file. So first of all, we need to unzip it or extract the file out. So double click on it, and once you double click on it, this window will pop up, and then there's a file here. And it says extract all files. So you would click this link right here, and then it'll tell you that this is the path where this file will be extracted. So just go with the default setting, and then make sure this is also checked so that you can see where it's saved. So, and then after that, just click extract, and then it did its thing. Now it's done, and it put this file right here. So now this file has been extracted, and it's this app file right here. It's 106 meg. So now you would double click on this application file installer, and then since this is an exe file, an executable file, so generally you'll get a security warning informing you or just alerting you that you're trying to run something that might mess up your machine. But since this is a trusted website and we know this is a good file, so basically you can just click run. But generally, as I have informed you guys in the previous video, you don't want to mess with .exe files. So even if one of your friend or sends you a file with .exe, just delete it, or maybe call them first just to make sure that that they really did send that file to you. So if you're not sure, just to be on the safe side, just delete the file. Okay, but in this case we know for sure this is a good file, so I would just click run, and then I have the screen here. Then I would go with the second link. It says Monlam, so I'm just going to click on that. Oh, looks like I have to click on this side. So make sure you click on this one right here and not here. Okay, then click yes. So if you get this error message, just close it for now and then just go next, and then just go with the default next, and then just me or everyone. I would put it to everyone so that anybody who uses this machine will be able to launch and use the Monlam dictionary application. Otherwise, if you just put it here, it'll be just for you only. So by default it's installing into the root folder, so C root directory, so that's fine. And then make sure you put it to everyone, and then just click next. So now the application is being installed, so I don't know how long this takes. Okay, so I'm just going to click yes, and now it's installing, and looks like it's just finished. So now Monlam dictionary has been successfully installed. Click close to exit. So I'm just going to close it, and then I'm just going to close the installer window. Now that we have the application installed, so we have the shortcut right here. So just double click on that, and this will start the application, Monlam, and there we go. So now we have the application started, and as you can see, we have a couple of menus up here at the top. The first one that says Kagyop, exit, Damga meaning options, Rogram meaning help, Ngoju meaning about or introduction, and then let's go into options, or let's go into Damga, and then over here it says Yikdu Chejung meaning text size, so you can make it bigger or you can make it smaller. So just click here, and or you can click here to reverse the procedure or make it bigger. And then you can change the text color however you want it. So default is black. And then dig means okay, Chiten means cancel. Okay, so I'll leave it at that for now and close this. Now up here it says Pui Tsikzu meaning Tibetan dictionary. And then the second tab is Yimbu Tsikzu meaning English to Tibetan dictionary. And then the third one is Tibetan to English dictionary. And then this one is Sarjung Gungul Mingzu. Looks like it's for new words that's coming up. So we will try right here. So just to see how it works. So you can type anything here in the search box right here. So if you will try to see if you could find some of the words we have learned in previous lessons. So I'm going to pull the first lesson we have, the first chapter of class 1, lesson 1, class 1 textbook. So we have duck, peas, fisherman, stove, tea. So we'll try a couple of these words. So let's try ngangba. So that's a duck, right? D-U-C-K, duck, and ngangba, and right there, ngangba. And then we'll try pillar, which is this one right here, kawa, and right there, kawa. And then we can try tea, which is right here, and then it says cha. And we can try stove and fisherman. Okay, so stove, tapa tup, and right there, tapa tup, right? So it's tapa tup, stove. And then I can type in fishermen or fishermen, and it says nyapa, which is nyapa right there. And then peace, so it's P-I-E-C-E, peace, cha, shasa, shit, cha shit. Could also mean tumbu. That's also we have learned in the past. So basically this is pulling, you type in English, and then it'll pull you the meaning in Tibetan here. But over here you can type in Tibetan and then you get the meaning in English. So if you have followed or if you have taken the previous lesson, then you should have successfully installed the Monlam font, which allows you to type in Tibetan, or you can go to any websites that's based on Tibetan language, and you shouldn't have any problem reading those, reading from those websites. So if you have the font installed, then you should have a keyboard selection. So if you click here, you can basically select Monlam 3.1 or however you want it. So I'll just click this one now, and then I'll go back again just to make sure that I have the check mark right there. Now in here, now you can type in Tibetan. So I'm just gonna type in ngang ba, and then as soon as you type in ngang ba, and right there, duck. So that's how it's done. Or I think it's nya by itself means fish. So if I put nyapa, and then it says fisherman. So or I think it's tapa tup. Oops, I don't know why this didn't come up. Okay, let's try it again. Kawa, and that should, I don't know why it's not, or maybe it could be any of these. Okay, so in this case, kawa, one of the meaning here is pillar. So, but this is the one we were looking for. So that's how it works. So basically you can type in Tibetan here, and then you can type in English here to get meaning for different words or for whatever word you're looking for. And then this is totally based in Tibetan. And this one from English to Tibetan, and then over here from Tibetan to English. And I think that's pretty much it as far as this lesson is concerned. So basically what we did was we downloaded the application, the dictionary application, and then we installed the application, we launched the application, we made some changes to the settings so that we could read it, and then basically we typed in a couple of examples from English to Tibetan, and then from Tibetan to English, and that's pretty much it for this lesson. So in the next video I will do another video based on again, it's an application from Monlam also, and that shows you how to pronounce all the Tibetan letters, and then how to make really small basic communication in English. So some simple words, and then how to do basic simple communication in Tibetan. So until then, keep practicing, and if possible try to help others. If not, at least restrain from harming others. Thanks a lot.
During his time, he has made Monlam Tibetan font available for computers, both PC and Mac, and he invented that. And more recently, he has worked with a university in Japan to make the Tibetan keyboard available on the iPhone. So if you have an iPhone, you upgrade your iPhone to 4.0 version, you have built-in Tibetan keyboard inside your phone. He also just recently debuted his Monlam Tibetan Digital Dictionary. So here is the man, and I will leave it to Monlam to give us an introduction of some of the work that he has been doing. Thank you. I'll just introduce what Monlam is in a very brief manner. My main goal for making this software was that the Tibetan language plays a really important role in our culture, which is actually founded and based on our language. And without our language, when our language gets marginalized and threatened, it poses a serious threat to our entire culture and identity. And in order to preserve what we have in terms of our heritage and culture and nationhood and identity, I realized that language is really important, and in order to be able to preserve our language, I wanted to make this software. So I made 6 different versions of Monlam.
Yeah.
And I also wanted to make sure that we did this work and made the software in a way that would make Tibetan be able to march alongside the other modern languages of today's world. And that's why I focused on 4 key pillars of the language. First is the letters. Second is the sound of the language. The third being the words, and the fourth being the structure, the grammar.
Yeah.
It doesn't really need translation, actually. So now I got a lot of pressure. Monlam version 1, version 2, version 3. Version 3.1. And I made about 13 different versions of the software, and especially many of the fonts being Unicode. You can actually use them in different kinds of other software, including some of the design software like Photoshop. So you can also use Monlam in those cases. And this is the font of the... You have all these different kinds of fonts. And the cube is a little bit harder to read. He didn't say that. And you can use them, use this on Windows, Mac, iPad, iPhone, and as many as possible. Whatever gadgets are out there, we want to make it happen on those two. So this is actually a manual that was written by someone called Sonam Tsemo 700 years ago. So this manual is very, very old, and now it includes, each of the letter has 9 different kinds of facts about them, and in order to make this this facility available, there were about 70-something people involved in this project. So we don't really have the time to go through some of this description, but actually if we were able to do this another time, this would actually be a very, very interesting kind of discussion, because the Tibetan letters in our alphabet, the way they are arranged in the beginning by Tumisamura, was actually a very, very systematic logic to this whole thing. The arrangement of the letters based on the strength of the sound, and also on the strength of the aspiration of those letters coming out of your mouth. So there is such a logical kind of system behind the structure of our letters. And we have actually made this structure very visual in this software. So we have arranged these different kinds of combination of letters and the sounds that they make in such a way that anyone can really use this for a lot of different and also basic purposes. And the last one also includes 600 different words that come with the honorifics. So for a lot of people who are having difficulty speaking in honorifics, I think they can really use this tool to brush up on the honorifics. So some of the different kinds of facilities included in this program includes the way you combine letters to make words, and the way you actually use them. And then also it includes some ways in which, if you are doing public speaking, then how you would use certain words in a different way. So this one is only in Tibetan right now, but we have translated this into English and Chinese and Japanese also. So in the next version that's coming out, all those languages will be there too. And especially for people who are non-native Tibetan speakers, those who are learning Tibetan, this manual is actually very, very reliable, because it has been made in collaboration with many experts on the Tibetan language. Because there are some people out there who have made their own improvised homemade systems, but sometimes they are not the most reliable. And the Monlam digital dictionary was launched 2 weeks ago.
And index index 2 lakhs. 200,000. Yeah. This is where my Indian education comes in. 200,000 entries are in that dictionary, and 6 million words. Yeah, 6 million. So there are many different layers to this dictionary. You can, highlight a certain word within the dictionary, within the meaning, and you can find further meaning to that word within the meaning. And then if you also want to translate that word into English, you can have the same thing with Control E. And then for an English word, you can also go back to Tibetan. So for those whose English is not very good, you can actually get the whole meanings in Tibetan. If your Tibetan is not that good, you can find the meaning in English. So because of the different functions built into this dictionary. For some of the terminology, if you don't have the English version but you know the Chinese version, you can look for the Tibetan equivalent for that Chinese term, and you can find the definition. And for others, sometimes you want to type in English words if there is no Chinese word or equivalent to that, and then you can also get the same Tibetan meaning through the English. So while you're, basically any program that you're using in your computer, anything that is related to text, you can actually get to the same dictionary and then find the English meaning or the Tibetan meanings for any word. So that's a rough introduction to the Monlam digital dictionary, and this was the first version, and we'll be working on the second version. And in the second version, actually, we'll have all the entries, all the words in that version, and also that'll include spell check. So while you're writing, any kind of spelling mistakes you make will be automatically corrected by that machine.